fill plug. No magnet on it, just a plain old plug. And there's the washer. Make sure you always put the washer on, because that's what seals these. Move this. Alright, starting to drip out. That means we're full. So we shut off the pump. Get our plug ready. Pull out our fill hose. Put the plug back in. Put our cap on our fill hose so that we don't spill crap everywhere. Wipe off all the dripped oil. Get our plug tightened back up. And that's it. Other than the transmission, which I explained why we're not going to do that, that's every fluid underneath this vehicle. Next, we'll get the motor oil. See you then. Alright, time to change the oil. Let's check it first. Pull it out. Wipe it off. Put it back in, and you see that? There is no oil on that stick at all. I am the last one to change this oil, so I know it was full. Somebody might be saying, hey, it's empty, it's not reading right because of the angle that you have the vehicle on. That would be a good assumption, but I checked this last night before I jacked it up, and it was empty. Checked underneath, there's no oil leaks. It didn't drip on the floor, so it's burning oil. Want to check the cap, make sure it doesn't look too bad. Where's it at? You see that crap in the bottom of that cap? That is from lack of maintenance. He just started bringing this to me last year. And before that, he'd never changed his oil, never done anything to the vehicle, and it had 100 and some thousand miles on it then. So that's what's going on here. And I'm sure that the motor is completely full of that same crud. So we'll get this cap cleaned out real good, get the oil drained out of it, and get it changed. But let me show you. That's your oil filter. You have no access to it from the bottom of the vehicle. What I did last time was I dropped the skid plate. And this time I'm going to try not doing that. I'm going to try to get it from up here, and I'm going to put a small catch pan down there to catch any oil that comes out of the filter. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll see underneath draining the oil. And here we are back under the vehicle. There's the front of the truck. There's that skid plate. There's the oil drain right there. So it's a 14 millimeter. And again, I'm trying to do this on through a camera, so it's kind of hard. I pre-loosened that because I knew what a pain it was going to be holding this camera. Get that there. Get our drain pan situated, and as you can see, I mean, This is much, much easier to get to than my Tacoma was. And there you go, we're draining oil. And after watching all the other fluids, I'm sure you guys don't want to see this drain, so we'll meet you back up top when I'm trying to get the filter off. See you then. Alright, there's a setup I got right there. I already got it loose. I got under there, you see I got some blue towels to catch anything that spills. I don't think I'm going to be able to take you on this ride, but we'll get it spun off, show you aftermath, and see how easy it is to get out of there. See you then. Alright, it wasn't too bad. I did spill a little bit of oil. Not much. The rag soaked up most of it. Here's a new filter. You can see I lubed it up. Fresh oil on the seal. I'll stick it down in here. See if Alright, let's do a quick recap here. All the fluids are changed except for the brake, the power steering, and the transmission, because I've done those before. And now that it's back level on the ground, I rechecked all the fluids. There's the new oil filter. See, right there's a little bit of oil I spilled that I can't get. The rest of it I was able to stick my hand with a rag up from underneath through the skid plate and get it all cleaned up. And like I said, now that it's back level on the ground, we've rechecked all the fluids. We'll check the oil again, and it's perfect. I checked the transfer case, the front and rear end, they're good too. Check all the fluids under the hood, make sure they're good. You can see the brake fluid. It's almost at its maximum mark, which is right there, and the brake fluid's right about here. You can see, where's the coolant level? Right there. You can see that the coolant level is a wee little bit low, so we'll have to refill that. I already filled the windshield washer fluid. You can see it's good. And then the power steering fluid. You can see it's good. It's right up to the full mark. So that's it for the fluids. Now what we're going to do is change the plugs, the serpentine belt, and see if I can get it here, that tensioner pulley right there. So we'll get into that and I'll get back with you. Alright guys, sorry I couldn't take you along for the ride with this tensioner pulley, but I mean, as soon as I got into it I knew it was going to be much more difficult than what it appeared to be. And if you look and see, power steering pump is off, and let me get another light. And you can see right there underneath the power steering pump, that is the alternator. That is off too. The upper cam cover's off, plus this little secondary cover. You can see that shiny dot right there that covers that. It's off. You had to take those off because, see this lip that goes around the top of this thing? It goes behind there. You have to take the power steering pump off so that you can get to, where am I at here? So you can get to these bolts. Alright, take the power steering pump sets right here, and the alternator sets right here. This slides over a stud, then the alternator slides over the same stud, gets held on with a nut, and then this here's the nut that goes over that stud that holds the tensioner and the alternator on. This is another nut that holds the alternator on, and this is a bolt that holds the alternator on. I'm not going to go through all the sizes of everything because this job, it's actually a pretty difficult job. Alright, these two go to the top of the tensioner. This goes right here. This is where the stud is. This is where this bolt is in the tensioner. Okay, these ones go to the power steering pump. This is directly in top. You take this nut off, okay, then you have to use an inverted Torx to take this stud out. The size of the inverted Torx is, you can't see it, it's too blurry, it's E8. That's that. And this is the cam cover, or cam belt, I'm sorry. Yeah, cam. Belt cover. Like I said, you got to take that off to get this off. I tried weaseling this thing out of here, but it lip of that fits right underneath this lip here, and it just doesn't let you do it. So I had to take this off to get that off, and yeah, it is what it is. I suggest if you go to do this job, pay someone else to do it. It only took about maybe an hour to get all this stuff off, probably 45 minutes, but I've never done this one on this vehicle before, so it was a lot more than I expected it to be. So we'll get it all put back together. I'll show you the aftermath of it. See ya. Alright, here we are. It's all back together. Belts on, power steering pumps in, alternators back in. Now I did take the air box out and the air intake tube, which is right there. This top engine cover off so that I get all this a little easier. And I'm going to leave the air box and intake tube out for when we do the plugs. It'll make filming a lot easier. So we'll get started on the plugs here. Show you what I got. There's the plugs. I got them pre-gapped. It calls for 32 to 35 thousandths, so I made them at 32. And you see I got a real thin coating of Never Sees. That's on all of them. I took one out just to check it. This one here, it came out really, really hard. So that's why I got the Never Sees on them. Now let me get a camera set up here and we'll get to it. Alright, this is the passenger side. This is the only side I'm going to videotape because the driver's side is just too hard. So, get the first one, we'll do it nice and slow, and then you can watch the rest in high speed. Crack this loose. It is a 10mm. Remove the plug, depress this tab right there like that, and pull up. Remove the bolt, put it somewhere you're not going to lose it. Remove the coil, make sure the seal comes with it. Switch sockets. Remove the plug. There's the plug. New plug. Lower it down in nice and easy so you don't hit the electrode and change your spark plug gap. There is a torque value on these. I don't know what it is. That feels good to me. Get your seal, put back on your coil. Put your coil in, plug it in, hear it click. Put your bolt in. That's how it goes. You just do that on the other 8. And done. There you go. That's how you do it. Hopefully somebody learned something. Have fun. See ya.